right, our third question today comes from Christian. Nice idea, Olivier. I have a few questions I'd like to hear your thoughts on, if I may. So we have 3 questions here, so we'll ask them and answer them in sequence. Number 1, what do you feel are some of the reasons that led to Pepsi dropping to the number 3 spot in the Cola Wars recently? Do you feel Pepsi Refresh had something to do with the tumble, or do you feel it had more to do with other factors in their strategy and overall marketing vision for the brand? Honestly, Christian, I have no idea. I couldn't even begin to guess. What I would say is probably you're going to have fluctuations in market share, and if Pepsi drops from 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 or 4 to 5, I think it's not really a trend. It's a blip on the radar, and I wouldn't necessarily attribute it to anything. It's probably too soon to tell. So I don't know. I don't think the Pepsi Refresh was a mistake. I think a lot of people talked about it. Whether it sold more cola or not, I have absolutely no visibility to, so I have no idea. But it seemed to be, a pretty solid campaign. So if anything, I don't think Pepsi Refresh really had anything to do with the tumble. I don't think that the new logo and the new cans had anything to do with it either. I personally didn't like the new direction of the logo, but I don't think that any Pepsi drinker looked at the logo and said, oh no, I'm not going to drink Pepsi anymore, I'm going to start drinking Coke now. So I don't know. Let's revisit that again, because I really honestly don't have enough to go on to give you an educated opinion. And on top of that, I don't drink colas, so no Coke, no Pepsi, nothing. So I don't really follow that market super well or super closely. So sorry, unfortunately I don't have an answer for you. 2, how important do you feel social intelligence is when ideating social media strategies, marketing, and overall thought leadership? I think social intelligence is crucial. It's super important. If anything, you want to listen before you talk. So if you jump into social media as a business, and the first thing you do is start pushing out messaging, you're probably going to miss out on the real opportunities. So I would say that the first thing that any company, any organization should do when they're contemplating creating a social media practice for themselves is to first and foremost listen. Become familiar with the channels, become familiar with the tools, then become familiar with the conversations, with the context of these conversations, the lingo, what's acceptable, what's not. Really get to know the environment well. Learn where to go to find information. It's one thing to put on your social media ears, right, and listen to 50 different channels all day long. What that's going to create is just a lot of noise for you to try to filter later. So it's really important to, in terms of intelligence, to know where to look for information, where to sometimes ignore the information, and also how to filter that information from noise to signal to intelligence or actionable intelligence, something that you can do something about. So I think it's really crucial. Any company that does not do this, any company that basically creates a Facebook page and a Twitter page and start pushing out content without doing this first and without focusing on social intelligence first, is probably going to not go very far with it or make a mistake in the first 6 months. So very, very important. And then question 3, what did you want to grow up to be when you were a kid? Does your current career path somehow connect with it? Let's see, what did I want to be when I was a kid? I wanted to be a policeman, I wanted to be an astronaut, I wanted to be an FBI agent, I wanted to be Rambo, let's see, I wanted to be a writer, so there's that. I wanted to travel a lot. So even though I'm not a spy or a policeman or a federal agent or an astronaut, at least I got to write a little bit and travel a lot and live a life of semi-interesting adventure. So I don't know. We'll see. The verdict's not out yet. I'm only 39. I'm going to be 40 next month. So there should be a few years ahead for me to maybe go into outer space and join the FBI. Who knows? We'll see. All right, Christian. Thanks for the questions, and I'll try to answer them a little bit better next time.